Hey guys, I'm Lacy. I'm going to be taking over Michaela's Instagram today and taking you guys along for a day in the life as a full-time freelancer and stay-at-home mom. I actually got up early before the kids today. That does not happen every day, maybe 2 to 3 days a week, and I got some client work in first thing this morning. So now we're just making breakfast, and then we are going on a play date with some of our friends. Then we will come back, they will take a nap, and I'll get a little more work done. So we will just see where the day goes. At the indoor playground now. We're gonna have some lunch here and just play a little bit, and then I'm gonna respond to some Voxer messages between me and my clients that are just brainstorming some ideas for upcoming projects. So that's what we're doing now. We are just getting back home from our play date. We had so much fun, and now my youngest is in her room, my oldest is in my room. She's gonna watch a little bit of a movie and take a nap while I get some client work done. And I'll show you guys a little bit of what I'm doing. I have a fabulous office space I'm going to share with you guys, but I don't always use it for this reason. It's just easier to sit with her for a few minutes while she falls asleep. So let's get some client work done. Okay, so for each of my clients, I have a folder up here for each client, and everything needed for that one client is in said folder. This client particularly, we have a Google spreadsheet, which is super helpful. She gives me that's where we keep up with our time too. She gives me about how much time she wants me to spend on this and about when she needs it done, which is great because some things that clients want you to work on, it's kind of tricky to know, well, how much time do they want me to spend on this? I could spend an hour, I could spend 5 hours, it just depends. So for us, this is really helpful. But like I said, everything needed for this client is here, everything needed for this client is here. Same for her, and then same for me as well. Hey guys, so I just wanted to take a minute and talk a little bit about why I got started with freelancing, what my past experience looked like, and what it looks like now. So in the past, I have worked in marketing and healthcare for many years. I've done a lot of different things, traveled a lot. So it was really great at the time, but when I had my second daughter, childcare is so hard to come by. I know I'm not alone in that. So that was my big thing to realize, like, hey, I've got to do something different. This isn't working. Not only could I not find full-time childcare for 2 kids, it wasn't affordable. So yeah, childcare wasn't affordable for 2 kids, and I also didn't want to drop them off all day every day somewhere. I wanted to have the flexibility of keeping them home if they were sick without worrying about, getting in trouble at work or what have you, or just also, like, I don't want to pay for full-time childcare and not utilize it because it's too expensive. So yeah, I was just kind of like, there really has to be something different I can do in today's day and age. So I did a lot of research. I actually tried some other online gigs that were just a great job and a great opportunity for some, but they weren't for me. I needed incredibly flexible things I could do with my kids. So I found Michaela's course and I followed it for quite some time before I actually purchased it. And when I did, I went through it as quickly as I could. And I landed my first client within a month. So I worked with her for a little while, still working with her actually. And I'm still learning what I like to do for clients, but I do know my ideal clients. So I'm very holistic, natural when I can be, and I'm learning about that just every single day. So that's the kind of person I wanted to work for. That's my passion. That's what I love. And that's what I do. So I actually work for a naturopathic doctor out of Arizona. I live in Tennessee. So for her, what I do is I transferred all of her email campaign into the new software she wanted to use. I had never done this before. I had worked with the softwares, just watching a YouTube tutorial and trying things for myself, but I did not have any experience actually doing the project. She was really gracious in that, hey, if you think you can do it, I'll be happy to hire you. So she did, and again, we're still working together, and it's a great partnership. I'm moving into some more social media things just in creation. I'm not necessarily like an online business manager, so I can do creating graphics. I write a lot of copy for my clients, so I do that. Just like you guys saw earlier, one of my clients, she is like a traveling nomad. She has the coolest life, and she is a course creator. So we're working on the fragrance download. So like you guys saw, I'm doing a lot of copy for her, graphics in that sense. And then the naturopathic doctor that I work with out of Arizona, I'm starting to move into more copy things for her. So it was project based our first month, just to kind of get to know each other, which is very normal. And now we're just moving into all kinds of different tasks, and I'm super excited. I was on the fence about this for a little while because I thought it sounded a little too good to be true. And usually when things sound too good to be true, they are too good to be true. But if you take the course, you follow the steps that she gives you, and you refer back to the course when you get a little lost or a little confused, hop on the coaching calls when you can, you will be successful. You will find your ideal clients. It fits into your life where you make it fit. And for me, that's when the kids are home, it's a lot of before they get up, during nap time, maybe a little bit while they're awake if they're self-entertaining for a little while, and then maybe in the evenings if I need to. I don't always need to do that. And on the days that I do have childcare, I just try to get a bulk of the work done. And I don't always need it. It's just kind of nice to have that time that you can actually work like focused without any distractions. And for me, it's just kind of calming. Like, it's just a little bit of self-care to work or do anything alone as a mom. I am going to head on in and get dinner started, but please let me know if you have any questions that I can answer for you, and I'll be happy to do that. Do you have to be tech savvy? No, absolutely not. I'm not a tech savvy gal. I never have been. I can do the basic things and that's about it. But you can get past this one of two ways. One, don't take on clients that need you to be tech savvy, or two, be upfront with your clients. If you're interested in a job but you're not familiar with what they need you to be familiar with, get on YouTube, spend 5-10 minutes of your own time researching this software or product that they want you to be able to use, and grow your knowledge in it, even if it's basic. And then you can apply for the job. Hey, I have basic knowledge in XYZ software. If you're interested in working with me, I could grow my knowledge, and you could either split the time with your client if it's something you think you could use with another client, or just be honest with them. Hey, I could spend an hour or two of your time learning about the software. What do you think of that? 9 times out of 10, if you have a good relationship with your client, they're going to say yes. Was I nervous to make the leap to LFA? Yes, and here's why. I think 99% of us are nervous, but for different reasons. I was at the point in my family's life where I was either going to have to put them in full-time daycare, which actually wasn't an option because no one had a spot available for my 1-year-old, and go back to like an office job or an 8-to-5 job with no flexibility, and also to be bringing home just so little money that it really wasn't worth it. And I know a lot of you moms can relate to that as well, with the childcare expenses the way they are now. So that's kind of where I was, and I just knew like I had to make this work because I didn't want to do that. I don't want to be away from my kids 40 hours a week only to bring home, I don't know, $200-300 a week. That just really is not worth it to me. And the previous jobs I had tried out working online, they were great. They just weren't a great fit for me because you had to have childcare for certain times. And at the time I had absolutely no childcare. So anyway, for me, it was kind of like, you have to make this work or you're going to be in a situation that's going to make you really, really unhappy. So I woke up early a lot of days and I stayed up late a lot of nights trying to learn more. And the thing that makes me nervous, so I just did whatever was necessary to land a client and be able to say that I'm a freelancer, I have a client and I have an income, and my kids are not forced to go to daycare all day, every day. I just wanted to say really quickly that maybe you have other passions that you want to pour into, and being a freelancer isn't just an advantage for moms. For me, my health is truly a passion. I enjoy like learning about myself, my family, different foods, what they do, what they heal, things like that. So I really wanted to put time into learning how to heal my thyroid naturally, and just keeping my family healthy in general. But in the typical 8-to-5 world, you can't really do that. You don't have time to cook a meal every day, much less 3. You don't have time to just be silent, be still, and be with yourself, left alone with your thoughts, if you will, because the 9-to-5 hustle is so fast paced. And when you put kids into it, it is times 100. So for me, having a freelance job really allows me to just slow down, to just be present, to focus on the things I'm passionate about, and take care of my family well. When a client fires you, you have to make sure that you have it in your contract that you want whatever notice you want. So I asked for a 30-day notice. That gives me time to find another client to replace them. That way my finances are not thrown off by losing a client. And I actually give them that same respect. So if I decide not to work with a client anymore, I will give them 30-day notice that, hey, I'm going to need my hours this month, but after that, you know, I would be happy to refer you to another VA. This is not a good fit or what have you. I have not been sued, and I don't have any clients that I think I will ever have to sue, so I can't answer that appropriately, but Michaela does cover this in her court. So I find my clients strictly via the OTO job board on Facebook. There are a ton of ways that she teaches you to find clients, but this has just worked for me since the beginning, so I've never really needed to use another avenue to do so. My work schedule is completely flexible. I typically keep up with my clients' hours using the time tracker sheet that Michaela gives you in the course. I only have one client that we do it differently, and she already had it in place for anyone that works with her, and it's easy to use, so I was fine with it. But every week I go and I see how many hours I need to work for that client that week, and based on what my family and I have going on, I'll just fit it in where I can. Excuse the appearance, we're in full-blown mom and wife mode, cooking dinner, playtime, bedtime routine, all of that kind of stuff. But tax-wise, my husband and I have decided that I will save 5% this year, or last year, I'm sorry, just because of the way our finances were last year. We will actually take a loss just for a previous job that I had. So it is recommended, though, to save 10% of your income, but last year was just different for us. This year I will be saving 10% of everything I make, which is super easy because it's all in Square, so it's pretty much done for me. So for social media graphics, I use Canva, and I just think it's the easiest tool to use. There's so many options for different things that you can make on Canva. I do have some friends that do social media management a little more in depth than I do, and they either use Canva or Ripple, so that one might be a good one to look into. Yes, the folders that I use are on Google Chrome. That's the browser that I use the most. On a MacBook, I assume it's the same on every computer. If you just hit the star, which should be white until you hit it, it will bookmark your page, and then you can choose from there. It will give you the option to say bookmark folder, and you can create one for each of your clients. So that's what works. So I currently have 70 hours a month between my 3 clients, and I am not taking on any more right now. I probably will in the future when my kids are a little bit bigger, but they are 1 and 3 right now and very demanding. Say hi. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for following along. Feel free to follow me on Instagram here at Lacy McShan, and send me a message if you have any questions. There was a girl so gracious to me on social media who gave me all the information and answered all the questions I had about becoming a virtual assistant or just working as a freelancer in general. So please shoot me a message if you have any questions, and have a great night.